Hello, I'm David Speedy, Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Council. This year we're asking you to make a generous contribution to our 2010 Spring Fund Drive. To donate, please click on the pause button. You will be instructed how to make your contribution and then return to this video. Thank you for your support for the Voice of Ethics in International Affairs.
I focus on the history of one mosque, the Islamic Center of Munich, and there are two reasons for this. One is the mosque itself is quite important. It was the first Western base for the Muslim Brotherhood, and for many years was a key center for this group. The Muslim Brotherhood you may have heard of, may be familiar with, but it is the Islamic group. If you think of political Islam as a tree, the Muslim Brotherhood might be thought of as the trunk of the tree out of which many other groups shot out over the years. The Islamic Center of Munich was a place of refuge for Brotherhood leaders, and for many years, especially the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, on into this decade, its board of directors was a global who's who of political Islam, with people from South Asia, the Arab world, and Europe serving on its board of directors. Several key figures in recent terrorism were also linked to the mosque. For example, the person who planned the first World Trade Center bombing in 1993 frequented the mosque immediately before the attack, and also the man widely regarded as Al-Qaeda's financier was arrested there in 1998 while visiting members of the mosque around Munich. So all this means that the mosque has a direct link to radical milieus of today, and in its own right is probably worth a closer look at. But I also found that the Islamic Center of Munich had a past that predated all of this, and went in fact back to World War II. Archives that I looked at in Germany, Switzerland, and the US showed that there were two other groups that were part of the mosque's history. And this included the Nazi government in Germany and the CIA. The Nazis had a fairly sophisticated strategy for harnessing radical Islam for propaganda purposes. And this was organized by people who, after the war, took on similar tasks in the Cold War to combat the Soviet Union.